Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Keeper's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. I'm great to have you guys here today. This is our first show, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We have a very special guest today. She is extremely special to me. I, I consider her a very dear and close friend of mine, Miss Tina J. Ramsay. So just come in. We're going to have a great time, a great chat. Get whatever you need to snack on or to drink on. You know, when you come into Keever's Place, it's a place where you can feel like you're at home. So I want you to feel comfortable and definitely come in and let's have a good time. So after our little introduction, I will bring in the incomparable Tina J. Ramsay. So stay tuned. Hello again. I am Coach Keever Lanice Murdaugh, and I am the host and producer of Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show. As I stated before our introduction, I have a very special guest today. She is very dear to me. I consider her an extremely good friend, and I'm so excited to have her bring in our first national and international podcast. So I'm so excited. So without further ado, please help me welcome Coach Tina J. Ramsay to Keever's Place. Come on in, sis. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here on the Keeper Murdoch Show live. Okay.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. Welcome to Keever's Place. Thank you for accepting the invitation. We have a lot to go over. So let's get started. For those who don't know you, which I don't know why they wouldn't know you, but quickly give an introduction to our audience on who you are.
Well, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Coach Tina Ramsay. Like Gordon Ramsay, the chef, he connects you with good food, and I connect entrepreneurs with great opportunities. I am known as the Entrepreneur Sponsorship Specialist because I specialize in making you the star by bringing you on my TV show, the Tina Ramsay Show, and podcast. And I also connect you with other amazing people like the beautiful Keever Murdoch because I specialize in getting entrepreneur sponsorships in TV, podcasts, radio, magazines, books, in order for your audience to get to know you and do business with you. So that is what I do. I also am the founder of EBLs, which is Epic Business Leaders. It's a community built to support the entrepreneur. And I have a magazine where I spotlight amazing standout entrepreneurs from all over the world so you can get to know the person behind the brand. So basically, that is me in a nutshell. And I'm also a #1 best-selling international author. And I write in several different magazines in regards to business, wellness, and life. And I'm Southern and I love to have fun. So I'm just so excited to be here with you today with my sis. Okay, so that's it.
Yes. I love it. I love it. And like she said, she has a lot going on, but she mentioned about the Epic Business Leaders Group. So tell them a little bit more about that.
Well, the Epic Business Leaders Group was formed because, as a small business owner, and I have more than one business, a lot of people affectionately know me as Heal the Honeypot. That's Heal, the honeypot.com, where I specialize in female natural wellness and have natural products. And I go speak and help girls and women heal the mind, the body, and their honeypots naturally. But the Epic Business Leaders movement was actually started because as I was going around, I'm looking at and speaking, public speaking, I'm seeing a lot of business owners need support. We need support. We need someone to spotlight and leverage us. And I couldn't find it, what I was looking for. I saw little bits and pieces, but I wanted a family-based community of support and resources for the entrepreneur. And the group is all about that. And it's all about the win-win effect, where everyone involved in the group, we're all winning. We're collaborating, we're spotlighting each other, we support each other, and we have educational resources that's in there. We have collaborations. We just have a plethora of amazing business owners where you can connect with and get to know and just grow together. I want everyone to share, shine, and grow. And that is what the group is about. And I just love it. We are close knit, and that's what I love. And I just love seeing where we start spotlighting each other. That is the gist of it. Just giving the small business owner the recognition that they want and deserve. Let's keep it real. You deserve it. You're doing the work. People need to know what you do. So that's why every business leads will form.
I love it. I love it. And you said the magic word support, and especially being an entrepreneur and small business owner and being one woman or one man show, because a lot of stuff, especially when you are a lean business. And what I mean by lean, you are on a budget and you haven't quite made the financial footprints that you want yet. So it's so important that you have such a strong support system. So I'm so excited about this group. I am fortunate to be a member of this group, and what she said was so true, that a lot of the members that is already in the group have already worked together, or they are currently making ways to work together. So that is so excited. I'm so excited about that. How can my audience find out about the group? How can they become a member of the group?
Well, you can simply go. We're on Facebook right now, although we're on Google as well. But you can get the group is on Facebook. It's Epic Business Leaders on Facebook, and right now for the year access is only $24.99. Now it's a lot that's going to be going on. You're going to have a magazine that you're going to be in. You're going to have the community. You're going to have the resources. Basically, what is being built with the Epic Business Leader is the virtual Wall Street. That I love when I looked in history and saw Black Wall Street. And I said, you know what? I want to do this, but I want to do it on a virtual platform, and I want to include everyone. So we all can connect. We have people in amazing business owners from Australia, Africa, South Africa. We have, of course, many people within the United States and various states. And it's for everybody. So don't think that if you do something that someone else does in the group that you're not welcome. That's not what I'm doing. I want multiple people that do some of the same things, because everyone bring something different to the table. Like, for example, I have my own magazine, Epic Business Leaders Magazine, which spotlights the entrepreneur to make you the star. That's what I do. It's all about that. But I also have Buttercon Magazine in my group. I also have the Cover Magazine in my group. I have Easy Way Magazine in my group. Why? Is because business owners need and have to validate credibility, visibility in various different platforms. It's essential to grow and scale up your business. And it's not just about me, it's about the collective of us all pulling together, pulling our resources, and being able to position ourselves for amazing opportunities for you to be seen and be connected with different people within the industry. Because by doing that, you will find your aha moment eventually, because you're going to be able to see like, oh, you can find your next business partner, you can find your next big project, because I have some amazing people, even celebrities. I have celebrities inside my group as well. I'm so excited that they want to lock arms with me, like the amazing Tina D. Lewis. I have the amazing Eric Zuli. I have some other individuals that's also coming in that I announced later, and all of them love the movement. They love what we're doing, and they want to support. I even have the Atlanta book maker. Why do I say that? It's because every time this woman do a book, it's number one. And that
Always.
is amazing, Nikita Davis. We also have the beautiful Nikki Rich, which is our own ambassador. So we have celebrity influencers, celebrities. We have strong, um, beautiful entrepreneurs from all over the world, all of us of which coming together in order to share, shine, and grow and support each other. Because if you're not authentic, this is not the group for you. You're just in it for you. This is not the group for you. We're not looking for you. We're looking for people who want to build true, authentic relationships that goes past just being in a group, where you can go and say, hey, if I go in the next state over, I know this person and we can do this, that, and the third. We're building a true knit family over there with the EBLs. It's more than just business, it's family, it's knowledge, it's growing together and celebrating everybody wins. Congratulating,
Exactly.
celebrating each other.
Yes, I love it. I'm like, she is hitting it right on the head, because we have to get outside of the mindset where it's all about us. You know what
Yes,
I'm
you
saying?
do.
I have
Mm-hmm.
adopted for 2021 about networking. Network builds net worth, right? And it's so
Yes.
important that we get that ingrained into us. And I don't know where it came from, because I was once guilty of that as well, trying to do everything yourself. And you're only one person. You can't do everything yourself. So it's so important to have a place where you can feel like you trust the people that are, working alongside you, and that you guys have the same goal and you have the same vision and you're working towards the same plan. So that's one of the reasons why I love the EBL group. So wonderful, great job.
Thank
Let's
you.
look at some comments right quick. Let's see. Eric Zuli said, "Love what I'm seeing. Power of appreciation. Check out Tina on the Wall of Fame." Yes, Tina is on the Wall of Fame. You can go to easywaywalloffame.com/member/Coach Tina Ramsay.
Yes, Eric Zuli. Let me just say a little bit about him. Eric Zuli is amazing. For those of you who are looking for a way to take your message broadcasting on a larger scale, dealing with Roku, Apple, all of that, the man is a media genius. I mean, he might not say that, but I say it. and
Give
so,
him his
and he
give
has
him
a
his
heart of
props.
gold. He has a heart of gold, and I wish I had the book on my desk. He has this book called The Influence Effect. I encourage all of you to go get it if you want to learn how to do. Thank you, honey. If
Yes,
you want
girl. I got mine. Thank you, Eric.
have it too. So if you want to know how the 6 figures, 7 figures, and 8 figures and beyond do what they do, he has people in that book like Think Rich, all of these people that's in there, amazing celebrities and people who we know, that we see on television. They're in this book sharing their journeys, and it's only like $14.99. That book should be like well over 100 some dollars because of who's in the book.
Right.
So I love Easy Way Wall of Fame. I am actually a commentator writer for the Easy Way magazine, where I'm actually the person who educates you on the power of the wall, connections, real authentic connections. And they have like a family based growth business, like for entrepreneurs as well. So go join them, join the EBLs. You need a whole community centered around you. And I love being a part of Easy Way. And I just don't join anybody. Let me just keep that straight right there. I just don't join anybody. And I don't endorse anybody, but Eric Zuli is an amazing person. His family, his father, he called his girlfriend his baby doll because she just go and just Dr. Danny. And she just sweet.
Love it.
But yes, love it, love it, love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Eric. Etasha McFarland say, hey, ladies. Hey, how are you? Eric says, so proud of these Easy Way Wall of Fame members. It's all about collaboration. Love the way your stream is looking. Oh, thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Yes. I am also a member of the Easy Way Wall of Fame. And one thing about Eric too is that he always has something going on to encourage and uplift entrepreneurs and small business owner. And he is definitely a connector. So definitely join. I love it.
Exactly. And Tosh, the beautiful young lady, just commented. She has a beautiful business in Columbia, South Carolina, where she collaborate with another Black woman business owner named Desi. She has Desi Therapy and Faces by Taj. They have a beautiful, luxurious spa in Columbia, South Carolina, where these two women came together to make a beautiful experience. I absolutely love when I see people work together. So support them. And she's also an EBL member. Both of them are EBL members as well. So check them out because they good too. And check out my girl Keever, even though she ain't tell me. But y'all need to check her out too. And come on this show.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Well, listen, we have a lot more to talk about, but we're going to go to a quick break and we will be back. So y'all stay tuned. Have you ever wanted someone to talk to, but didn't know which way to turn? Have you ever needed advice in business and didn't know where to go? Well, at KLM Services Consulting and More, we can definitely be that for you. We're here to uplift, to encourage, and to coach you through difficult situations or decisions. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at KLM Services Consulting. KLM Services Consulting and More. We're here for you. Are you struggling with hair growth and no matter what you do, your hair just won't grow? Then I introduce to you the K-Learnings Naturals Hair Growth Serum. This growth serum is a proprietary blend of natural oils and essential oils and has proven results to jumpstart your hair growth process in as little as 30 days. Pair this hair growth serum with our Renew and Restore healing oil and is guaranteed to treat any conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, ringworms, and more. Visit our website today for these great products and all of our natural hair care line at www.klernicenaturals.com. Again, that's www.klernicenaturals.com. Okay, we are back. We are back. I'm going to bring Tina back on and we're going to talk about homeschooling. We're going to get in a little bit about that. So welcome back. I wanted to talk about pretty much a little bit about homeschooling. We know that this has been such a challenge, especially nowadays because of the pandemic. And I know that you are a homeschooling guru with a plethora of resources. So let's talk a little bit about some of the difficulties that you have heard or have been privy to with the challenge with homeschoolers, especially parents who are brand new with homeschooling, and what are some of the resources that they can do to overcome or help their children to be able to excel in a homeschooling environment?
That's a great question. So I was homeschooling way before the pandemic was a thing. And the reason why I started homeschooling is because, and I come from an educational background, and I was teaching within the school system. I always wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. So everything that I do in business and life usually start from one or two reasons. Either I had a personal problem that I was able to solve, or it was something that pushed me towards doing it. It's something that changed in my life. And so homeschooling, what pushed me to do it, um, was because of my personal situation with my child. And it kind of propelled me to kind of be thrust into the homeschooling arena when uh, it wasn't on my radar, put it like this, to homeschool. And I've been homeschooling almost a decade now. And when I was in the public school system, I actually was the person that comes in and work with the children that had special needs, that had behavior issues. So I was a professional behavior specialist technician. I would go in and work one-on-one with the family, the students, and find out what was the triggers that caused them to act out in the way in which they act out, which can affect their academics, their emotions, their health. And so it was kind of like social work slash teaching slash one-on-one. And I will actually go in and be a facilitator between the teacher, the student, and the classroom, because I taught them as well in the public school system. So what pushed me to do homeschooling was not because I saw myself as a homeschooling parent. It was because my child, my son, is actually has developmental delays. He's has high functional autism. He has dyslexia, dyscalculia, a whole lot of different learning differences, and he is what they call medical sensitive, which just basically means that his immune system was so low and compromised that he stays sick all the time. He's asthmatic as well. And so I stayed in a doctor's office with him, and one person said, a doctor said, well, have you ever considered homeschooling? And I was like, well, no, but you're an educator, so you could definitely do it. I'm like, no. And so after seeing him suffer so bad and he started getting bullied because of his disabilities, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And so with me doing that, I had to learn the challenges, because everyone, you look on these videos on YouTube, when it's dealing with homeschooling, and you only see the pretty picture. Everything looks perfect. And I started a YouTube channel in 2013. It's called Homeschooling in Oils now. However, the center of it was to take the blinders off, per se, to let parents know that no, it's not easy. Yes, sometimes it can be challenging, but it's a blessing into it. And you don't have to be ashamed if you're having a hard time. And let me walk you through how I do what I do on a budget, and how you can do the exact same thing. And I use my skills, my experience within the school system, and not, and with special needs children, to help frustrated parents gain their confidence and help children with special needs. I hear them, I listen to them, and 9 times out of 10, a child is not acting out just because they want to. That they don't understand how to verbalize what it is they want, and so the only thing they know how to do is to act out. So once you get to the core of why they're doing what they're doing, then they blossom, they morph into a butterfly. And I let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. So why did you do this? And we just break it down into layers, and I help them with lesson planning, help them with curriculum, help them find out their child learning style, help them understand the ups and downs and the good things about homeschooling. And before they know it, some of the people that I coached over the years, they coach it and stuff. And their children are so happy and excited about learning. And that's all I want to do at the end of the day: give parents hope and the child hope. So I do parents and the children too.
I love that. I love that. And hats off to those who are homeschooling their children. I was blessed in the sense that my daughter is a senior this year, and she was very adamant about not finishing her senior year at home. So, of course, we had some conditions in place, but we did allow her to be able to return to the actual classroom. And by the grace of God, she has done extremely well. She has always been a straight A student, but she has not gotten sick with the COVID or anything like that. So because she's been doing very, very well, we've allowed her to continue to stay in school. But hats off to everybody who was not as privileged or was not able to send their children to schools. And I think it was a wake up call because, a lot of parents, from what I've been hearing, didn't quite understand how difficult it was to actually homeschool. And a lot was like over it after day two. So,
Oh, yes, the respect. Okay, before pandemic, if you wasn't in the homeschooling community, individual look at you like, okay, that's crazy. Why you doing this? And you're not doing anything. Now, post pandemic, they've been homeschooling like, I don't know how you did this. Like, oh my goodness. And so what I'm doing now is I write articles like I wrote in Buttercon magazine specifically about homeschooling because, like I told you, I write in different magazines dealing with wellness, business, and life. And so I thought about what do people need now, and I said, okay, homeschooling is a trigger moment for all of us. And so this particular one in Buttercon, which you can get from Kimla Burnton, it talks about homeschooling through a pandemic while maintaining your health because it can be very stressful homeschooling and no one wants to talk about that. And so for those of you who just need, I do provide private coaching, but I also have a YouTube channel called Homeschooling and Oils where we focus on homeschooling and natural wellness to balance your emotions naturally because emotions and education go hand in hand. You can have all the right curriculum, all the right plans, all the right this and that, but if you don't tackle those emotions, your homeschool is going to be in a disarray. So you have to attack it. You have to, and I advocate natural wellness because you don't want your child filled all up with all these pharmaceuticals if you don't have to. And so you can go over there and get some free education over there, homeschooling oils on YouTube. You need any additional help, of course, you can reach out to me and I can customize something for you, your family, your children on an individual basis. So I love that. That's my heart of hearts.
I love it. I love it. And resources such as yourself and what you have to offer is so much needed, especially nowadays. So we are greatly glad to have you and for everything that you have learned and have taught over the past 10 years. So thank you so much for your service to
Oh,
homeschooling. So if anybody needs any help in homeschooling, definitely reach out to Tina. Like I said, she has so many resources. She can definitely help your family, your children, yourself keep your right frame of mind so that, nobody gets hurt in this process because, it could be challenging.
yeah, I also teach homeschooling parents how to flip their homeschooling to making money to come into your family because every state does not offer any type of stimulus in regards to, like in Canada, for example, their government actually give each family based upon how many children a certain amount of money to buy all their school supplies. Well, in the United States, that is not offered. So how do you still homeschool your children cost effectively when you have a child with special needs or you have multiple children, perhaps? How do you do all of that on a budget? Well, I teach them how to use whatever they buy and how to resell and how to do it in such a way that their homeschool actually start paying for itself. So it's an investment. If they buy this, they can go and turn it over and they can do that. And I teach them how to do that, how to homeschool, how to become a homeschooling reviewer and save money where people start giving you homeschooling stuff for a discount or for free. Like I have so many homeschool stuff. I told them, no, don't send any more stuff. They were like, we did that. I'm like, no, I'm done. I got enough for a whole institute. But I teach them how to do what I do, save money, and also just have what they need at their disposal, and how to flip it in order to bring some income into their family, income, how to bring it into their resources.
Which is very, very much needed. So
Yeah.
yeah, wonderful. Which actually brings us to our next segue. You have a lot of other classes going on. I know that you and I've sat in a couple of them, the
Mhm.
Facebook class in particular, and most recently the podcast class. So if you guys are if on the fence about starting a podcast or just not sure about how to go about doing it, definitely reach out to her. But I want you to tell them a little bit more about some of the classes that you're offering
Mhm.
with the podcast class?
Okay, well, I have this series called Learn How To. And so it starts with learn how to do, learn how to this. Okay, so it's learn, I have a learn how to use Facebook to grow your business class, which is centered towards entrepreneurs. And specifically, I'm seeing how a lot of baby boomers are gravitating towards the class with dealing with technology. So the information is done in such a way in all my classes that it's not, I'm not just talking to you, I'm giving you examples to let you visibly see what I'm talking about, because I'm a person like this. I need to hear it, see it, and I need an example. And so I have a little bit for every type of learning style. So if you just need to hear it, you can hear it. If you need to see it, you can see it. If you need all, you can see it all. And so learn how to do Facebook and grow your business organically. Then I have learned how to um, start a podcast and monetize it, because many times you start something, but you don't realize how you can actually flip it to help bring income into your home. And so I actually teach you how I did it now, and how I'm so proud of Keever. She was sitting on this thing for 6 months. She wasn't doing anything with it, took my podcast class, and this girl just went like boom and went international like 24 hours, then did all this stuff like that. And that was after she took my class and she had her little aha moment. And she was like, wait a minute. And so, and she's not the only one. I have a couple other students. They're all rolling out. And the cool thing is all of them are booked up. The best thing that I love about what I do is not for the fanfare, because that, no. What I love is seeing when my students or one or my clients have the results that I know they can have, and they start seeing the results and they're getting the reaping the benefits from whatever class they took from me. Like I have learned how to review items on Amazon. I have learned how to become a homeschooling reviewer and save money class. And I have another learn how to as well that's going to be coming very soon. Learn how to broadcast your own television show. So it's going to be different things that I'm teaching you how I done it and how I know you can do it and how you can duplicate it, which is more importantly. That's more important, because I can do 100,000 things, but can you do it? Yes, you can. And so look at Keever. She's doing an amazing job. I'm loving everything about your television show and podcast. And so I'm just thankful that when my students come back and just say 2 words to me, they say thank you. That is the best thing anybody can say to you. Your clients, your students, your family, your friends. If you've done something for them and they come back and say thank you, my goodness, we say thank you to God. So if someone think enough of me to say thank you, and I know I change or impact them life in a small way, then that's what I'm happy about. And I see them blossom and going, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. And I share your content like it's mine. So if you come into my circle, I'm always gonna be like, boom, 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 here you go, do this, do this, do this, do this. So I just love that. And I'm just so proud to see all of my students soar and my clients go to the next level.
That's what I generally love about you, Tina, is that number one, what you see is what you get. Like there is no um craziness behind the scene. Like you have, since we met a couple of years ago, like you are that same young woman, and I tend to tread very, very lightly. I have a little bubble, and I'm very careful and I'm very selective in who I allow in there. And it
Mm-hmm.
takes a little while before I warm up to you and, do that. But for us to have a genuine connection,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's been blossoming for over 2 years.
Yes.
And I thoroughly appreciate how you have never changed. You've elevated in your businesses. You have definitely leverage in your businesses, but you still that Coach Tina Ramsay that I met 2 years ago. And I thoroughly appreciate that. And you were so right about your class, especially your podcast class. I can truly attest that, like you said, I was sitting on, I had everything done. I had my graphics done. I had the name done. I had everything done. But for some reason, I did not push that start button. But your podcast class, and I always get tongue tied right there, gave me that extra confidence that I needed to step forward and branch out. And why did I say that? I say that because somebody need to hear that there are resources out there for you, and if you are just curious about starting or just haven't started for whatever reason, and if you just want that extra knowledge or that extra education about it, definitely reach out to her. And what I love about Tina is that, like she says, she breaks it down. It's very simple to follow, it's very easy. Literally, you can go from her class to implementing it just that quickly, but it really depends on you. You know, if you choose to act on it. But she definitely has the education and the classes available. So reach out to her. Her website is www.tinyurl.com/coach Tina one. Again, that's www.tinyurl slash coach Tina one. And it is going across the bottom. So definitely reach out to her. Let's hop in and get some comments right quick. Um, see Janika Stuckey say, "Hey ladies, hi, how are you?" She says, "I definitely need to get with you. My son is ADHD, and I tried virtual learning, and I can't do it."
My child actually has ADD. So I understand that all too well. All too well. And I know how to use and have natural um vitamins and foods. See, we use food to heal over here.
Mhm.
So it's certain things that you can do that can actually help naturally calm your child down and actually help them focus without using pharmaceutical medicine that can alter their mind. Now, if you have to do that, then that's if you choose to take pharmaceutical medicine for the child, that's up to each parent's choice. But for me, I didn't want to do that because I had other family members that did, and I didn't really like how they was like zombies kind of speak. They would just sit there, they had no emotion. And I
Mhm.
was like, I don't want my son just existing. And so my husband and I really worked very, very hard along with my mom to find things that worked for him, from the natural perspective, and then train him how to, as he got older, he learned how to calm himself down. And so he has that skill that he knows how, when he feels that coming up, he's like, okay, I know how to center myself. I know how to calm myself. And people look at him and like, he really autistic? He really has ADD? I'm
Mhm.
like, yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes. But it's a blessing. It's just a blessing. And it goes, all of that goes to God, because my darkest moments, I didn't have anyone to turn to. Of course, I got my husband, my mom, my dad, and family, but you need something else. And them quiet prayers and figuring it out. It took me a while to figure it out, but once I did, then I said, you know what? I'm going to tell other parents about it. No longer do you need to be ashamed. No longer do you need to feel embarrassed or feel like no one else understands. I am here for you, and I am here not just because you paying me for a couple of hours or whatever like that. I'm here for you for the long haul, because you need a community. You need a community, and you need someone to understand, because every day is not going to be great. But you could, but with someone who has the experience like myself, I can teach you how to have more great days than not. So love it, love it, love it. And I just love the community, and I love that I'm being able to be used in order to be like a servant to help others with the skills, or I like Nikita says, your genius zone, to be able to help in such a way, because it can be very stressful. It can be. But it's a blessing in itself too, because they see the world through different lenses. And if you slow down enough, you will see all their amazing gifts. So it's a process.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And then she goes on to ask, "Do you have an e-commerce?"
I'm
Give
not the
them your
e-commerce
website.
queen. No, I'm not the e-commerce queen. I have a lady that I actually know who is the e-commerce queen, but I am not. I have my websites, Homeschooling and Oils, and I also have CoachTinaRamsay.com. That's Ramsay. And of course, for businesses who want to do things with me, with sponsorships and different things of that nature, they can go to the TinaRamsayShow.com. And remember, my name is spelled Sayramsay, like Gordon Ramsay, the chef.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Hmm.
Sounds good. This has
Oh, and they
been
can go
so
to
good.
Heal the Honey Pot too, HEAL the
That's right.
honeypot.com. They can go there, and I actually have where you can click to get a consultation with me right there on Heal the Honey Pot, because that was my main source of communication with my potential clients and my regular clients and my customers. So I put a lot of my classes over there to make it user friendly for you to be able to connect with me easier. So you can click on all them learn how to classes and stuff like that.
And that's healthehoneypot.com.
Yes, HEAL. Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. We're going to take one more break and then we're going to come back and wrap up. I hope you guys are finding this to be good. I am loving it. I am loving it. So we're not quite done yet. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back.
To be a guest on the Tina Ramsay Show and podcast, text the word guest to 803-713-5135.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at KLM Services Consulting. Welcome back. We are back. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you enjoying Miss Tina J. Ramsay like I am?
I'm enjoying you.
I'm so glad to have you here. Let's jump into some comments right quick and then we're going to wrap right up. See, Regina says, love you, girl. You are amazing.
Oh,
Thank you,
we actually had
Regina.
one of be able to experience with her. She's amazing herself. Thank you, Regina.
Awesome, awesome. Jonica says, yes, I love it. Awesome. I'm glad you're loving it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Greatly appreciate you. Before we go, I definitely wanted to wrap up talking about your show. You have a wonderful show in an international podcast. So I wanted you, and I know you kind of talked about it throughout the show tonight, but just go into a little bit more detail about your show, your podcast, and what you do and what do you offer.
Okay, my show is centered on the entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur sponsorship specialist, which just simply means I am here to make you look good. I'm here to make you go from who is that to how can I connect with you? And I do it in order to help, in particular, the small business owner shine. So if you have a book, like right now, this is the book that I'm a #1 bestseller. Yes, the Queen Experience Guide to Playing Your Work
Yes.
Position. You have no confidence in that, right? So you can actually pre-order this book from me after the show, and I will handwrite and give you like a little note and stuff and send it to you. But my show is centered around authors, bringing authors musicians, entrepreneurs, business owners, a person who has a story of overcoming, all of this, of which that can be encouraging and motivating for you or individuals, because right now we're living in a time where it's very negative. And so my show is all about not only spotlighting the entrepreneur, but giving you resources and knowledge and confidence and motivation and positivity. So you will see beautiful, I mean, handsome men and beautiful women from all over the world that are standout individuals. And all the thing I want to do is make you share, shine, and grow on my show. We are international podcast, which means we have people tuning in from all over the world, and we have people actually watching our show from all over the world. We have been picked up by Easy Way TV Broadcasting, which doubled up on Roku, Amazon Fire. It's like 400 distributions. So we have some things, and we're connected with a whole lot of other entities as well within the television industry. So it's a way to position you as the business owner as the authority in your niche market, giving you the credibility, the validation that you have to have now in this time that we're living in. It doesn't matter how amazing your product is or your service is if no one knows that you exist. I simply make sure that people know that you exist so they can connect with you and help entrepreneurs connect with opportunities to soar beyond my show.
I love it. I love it. And I think it's so important to point out too that your show and your Epic Business Leaders group goes hand in hand, and it goes
It
right back
does.
to impacting those entrepreneurs, giving them leverage, giving them resources, connecting them with the right people who can just be a better resource to them and for them. So I
Mhm.
greatly appreciate that. If you are wanting to be a guest on her show, you can definitely text the word guest to 803-713-5135. Again, that's 803-713-5135. Or you can connect with Tina. Again, is on tinyurl.com/coach Tina and the number one. So definitely connect with her. She has a wonderful podcast, and don't be intimidated by her podcast. Yes, she has celebrities. Like my girl is doing the doggone thing, okay? Like she has celebrity on there, but she also provides a platform for other entrepreneurs, other business owners, other survivors, anybody with the story. So do not let her podcast intimidate you, because that's
Mm-mm.
not who she is. That's not her platform at all. So definitely reach out to her. She can definitely help you. She can help you leverage, and just, she is just a great all around person. So definitely reach out to her. Again, to be a guest, you can text the word guest to 803-713-5135, or reach out to her at tinyurl.com/coach Tina and the number one. I got it together this time.
Child, that's good. Yes, don't be intimidated, because I created this platform for the entrepreneur. It's just amazing that celebrities see what I'm doing and they want to support and endorse and recommend. So because they see what I'm doing, they was like, oh my goodness, I want to just be a part of it. So they're here to help you. They're here to help you by coming on the show. So it's just a beautiful win-win scenario where everyone involves win. And let's put it out there. You deserve to be seen. You putting that hard work, blood, sweat, and tears into and passion into what you're doing, but no one knows that you're out there. My job, what I do, is make sure that people know that you exist and let them get to know you so that they can connect with you and build that lasting customer client relationship in a virtual world. All right. In a virtual world, so that you're accessible to them more than past Facebook or YouTube. You're accessible to them on Google, because I'm on Google. We just received for all three of our businesses, Heal the Honey Pot, Epic Business Leaders, and the Tina Ramsay Show, our Blue Star check of validation, credibility, and recommendation from Google themselves, who said that, hey, they checked us out. It was like, okay, this is a real validated, credible business that provides quality service and products for their customers and clients. So that helps you. That helps you. All of this is done with you in mind, because I'm a firm believer it's room for everyone at the table, but it's time for you to take your seat. And we're offering you just a seat. We're offering you a seat. So take your invitation and come on and let me make you look good.
Yes, I love it. I love it. She said there's room at the table, but you got to take your seat. And that is so true. We're going to drop the mic on that one. Boop, 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 boop.
Yes, look at my girl and come on her show, because I love this. It's so good being on the other side of the screen.
Well, you have truly been a blessing. Y'all check out her website, thetinaramsayshow.com. Again, that's thetinaramsayshow.com. So check out her website. To You can actually look at her show. There is booking information there, all of the information that you need. And did I spell that right? Let me go back, child, because I want to make sure that we get that right. We about to
You
correct
put
this.
another A in. You put another
You know
A.
what? And that's exactly what I saw. So let's fix that, because I want them to have the correct spelling so
Yes.
that they can find you. Okay, let's see if this do it. We got it right.
TinaRamsayShow.com. That's
Boom,
it.
boom. We got it. We got it. There it is. Yes, because I wanted to make sure that I had it spelled correctly, because I don't want them to have any problems connecting with you at all. Beautiful. All right, let's see if we have any comments. Tina, there is a question for you. Any advice for children that are withdrawn because of the virus and shy away from doing work? Great question.
From doing schoolwork? That's what she means?
That's what I assume they are asking.
Well, okay. So, any advice for children that are withdrawn? I'm going to be honest with you right now. Well, I'm going to call you Queen because I don't want to mess up your first name. Okay, Queen. The thing is this, everybody is withdrawn right now. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. Everyone is withdrawn because, mind you, think about it like this. We are in a time where we have no answers. We can't go back and find resources and say, okay, this is what they did during this, and how we can do that. So right now, parents and children are in a very unusual spot, because as the parent, we want to protect and serve our children. Well, not serve, but protect them. And our children, they're new and inexperienced. And so we don't have the answer. So that deals with stress. So they're going to withdraw because they're not used to being isolated from their friends. So it's a gradual process of you opening up the lines of communication, and understand that during this time your children may be angry because we know how to do about two emotions very, very good. Three: we know how to cry, we know how to be angry, and we know how to be happy. But in between, sometimes we don't know how to verbalize it when we have no back resources to pull from in order to help us through a problem, right? So with your child, you have to understand that they're going to be going through that. Withdrawal is the way that they trying to make this make sense, and it don't make sense. This virus don't make sense. So you have to be patient, and you have to take your time and gradually work through it with your child and with yourself, because you're gonna have to do that self-care with yourself too. And the work is just added stress onto the situation. So take small pieces at a time. So say, for example, they're having problems getting their work done, and you have maybe 4 or 5 subjects for them to do, and you hand them all the books all at one time and say, I want you to get this done within 3 hours. You need to break it down in small bite-sized pieces. Maybe you need to sit down with them and work through the problems with them, or just sit there as a comfort. but break it down in small bite-sized pieces, have that dialogue, do intermittent breaks in between. So maybe if you know that they get less stressed when they can actually have a conversation with their friends, or maybe play a game for about 15-20 minutes, and then they go back to doing their work, anything to kind of ease it. And you can use foods like cherries, it's natural relaxing if they're not allergic. You can use different foods and fruits, like vitamin C. Anything in the citrus family will help them be happy, because it's just smelling it. It'll just make you happy. So it's different things that you can do, but the only way that I would truly know how I can send you to the right direction is by having a consultation with me, and then I can customize it instead of being so general. I can customize it with you, because it could be deeper than just the work. It could be something else that's uh, holding your child back in that regard. And the pandemic is holding everybody back. I firmly believe that the entire world is in PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, because all we see is an onslaught of information that's bad all the time. We see very little positive. So all of us dealing with it in different ways, and we're all stressed in different ways, whether you realize it or not. So it's a process, but the only way that I'm gonna know exactly how I can help you individually is that you have to have a consultation, so I can customize and hear your story, hear your child, and work you through all of that, step by step. It's a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a process. I'm totally honest and transparent, depending upon how deep the layers are. Depends on what I have to do and how far we have to go. And it's based on the speed that your child's able to take. Sometimes you can go faster, sometimes you need to go a little slower. It just depends on what your family dynamic is right now. So everything I do is customized. No lesson plan or no thing is done the same way with any of my clients, because everyone is different.
I love that. I love that. And it's so important because you're dealing with different children. And think about it like this too. I mean, if it's traumatic for us, this virus, if it's overwhelming for us, we you can only imagine
But
what it's
for
doing
them,
to the children because, for the majority of them being schooled at home, that's new. Being isolated from their friends and their family, that's new. So it's
can't even
just
go to the
mind
store,
blowing. Ex-
can't even do
right.
regular life activities. That is a big shift.
Hmm. Yeah. And not having those outlets like they had before. So, I mean, you're dealing with the virus, you're dealing with feeling isolated, depression, and
Mhm.
there's a lot. My heart goes out to the families who are dealing with, you know, issues with homeschooling, but family, you have a resource. Reach out to Tina, like she say. She can definitely customize a plan for you that would fit you, your child, your entire family. So definitely reach out to her. She can definitely coach you through it.
Oh, and I forgot to say this.
Mhm.
And if your child happens to be preteen, teenager age, well, honey, withdrawal is part of the process of growing up.
Yeah.
So um around about 11ish, 12, and then once they really hit the formal 13 area, where they're officially a teenager, teenagers go through this withdrawal where they're actually going through a process of finding themselves, understanding their new identity. Because think about it, when you're a teenager, the next step is adulthood. So this is a weird time where it's not as easy to do the transition because of how we are closed in, and the whole life that they knew don't exist anymore. They can't go out, they can't go to the mall, they can't go to school like they used to. If they do, they have to have all these protective gear. it that's stressful, and then their body is going through several different hormone changes that they never experienced before. So they're going through ups and downs with hormones and emotions. They don't know how to deal with that. They're feeling emotional because they don't know how to deal with the virus. Then they have to figure out how they're going to change from being in a classroom to a virtual world doing work. And if they already struggle in the school system and then you pulling that child home, then it's going to be extra difficult because they couldn't get it in school. And now they have to learn a whole new process of how to do it. That's a whole nother situation. It can be done, but you need help to get it done from someone who know how to do it. And that's why I'm here. I was doing virtual school, virtual learning. Actually, teaching virtually math in a virtual school for children for like over a year. So it's a lot that goes into why your child may be going through this. It's more than just one thing. And rest assured that you're not the only one going through this, honey. I don't discuss what my clients say and do or whatever like that because it's privacy. However, just know that you are not alone and what you're going through is not anything unusual, but I applaud you from just having the courage to type it out and ask for help. That's the first stage of getting your breakthrough, having the courage to ask for help and then following through to get the help. And I'm here for you. Yeah.
That's right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And she did say that she has a 12-year-old. So, and that just
Oh,
go,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Emotion.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's exactly right. Jonica asked, can you talk about any type of topic as a guest on your show?
I am a family friendly show. Yes, I talk about everything. However, I don't branch upon things that are not conducive to you being able to sit in the living room with your child and you can watch it together. My show is family friendly that your 4-year-old grandchild, your teenagers could sit in the living room with you, eat popcorn, have a family moment, and they can all feel comfortable because representation is very, very important to me and positivity. So I have authors, musicians, entrepreneurs, the list goes on and on of who I have on my show, but it's all about love, positivity, resources, knowledge, and sharing business, wellness, and life. Now, sometimes individuals go through things in life that they share that's not so great. However, I'm not interested in that part. I'm interested in the fact that they overcame whatever that obstacle was, right? So I do the stories of overcoming as well because I feel that it's necessary for you to see someone else that maybe had your situation and then they was able to overcome, and it gives you hope because they're telling you from experience how they was able to do it, and then that gives you the reassurance that hey, I can do it too. So it's for a reason. But yeah, positivity, no negativity over here. Like, no.
That's right. There is no room at the table for that. No, no, no. Okay, let's see if we had any more comments and we will wrap up because we've been on for an hour. This has been so good.
Wow, it's been an hour, didn't seem like it.
Right? It went by so fast. It went by really fast. Miss Queen said yes. Yes. Very good. She said, okay, thank you. Homeschooling isn't new to her, but the isolation from the virus is. She was talking about her daughter. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then we have to work through the emotional impact of the virus before you even touch. If she's having something going on with homeschooling, that can be touched later. The core of what you're going through now is the virus. And she just needs to, over time, teenagers are like a Pandora box. They close up, but once they open up, you will understand. And it's a process. And it can take some children take one session, but then some take 3, 4, 5 sessions before you develop that trust where they feel comfortable enough to open up to what's really how they really feel on the inside. And that's what I was doing when I was in the schoolhouse with the behavior a specialist where I would go in and help them. It was more than just the behavior. That was just the end result of them not being able to verbalize whatever they was going through. But once you hit the core of why they do it, then they can heal. And so we're all in the process of working to heal with this virus. So
Yes.
it's a process, honey. But know that she has hope, and I'm here to do whatever I can do in regards to helping her work through it because I really tackle the emotional aspect of why we do what we do. I actually dabble in psychology and psychology. I'm not a psychiatrist, but actually that's what I wanted to be when I was a little girl. So I love the inner workings of how the brain works and why we do what we do and how can we change what we do if we decide to do that. And so, but everyone is different. But she gonna be just fine. Let me just tell you that she's gonna be
Yes.
just fine. She's gonna
Yep.
be just fine. Just reach out. She's gonna be fine because I can make anybody laugh over time.
I know that's right. Love it, love it, love it, Queen. Finally, tell them how they can connect with you, your social media. Tell them where you are.
All right. For those of you who are entrepreneurs or you have a message, a story of overcoming that you want to share with the world and you want to go from unseen to seen, to go from never booked to overbooked, you need to contact me at the TinaRamsayShow.com. That's RAMSAY.com to be a featured guest in my international show and podcast. For those of you who want that are entrepreneurs that want to be a part of an authentic community built with the entrepreneur in mind, I encourage you to join my EBL community, which is Epic Business Leaders, where we spotlight and feature and connect entrepreneurs with various different opportunities within our network of influence. Right now, we're doing 1 year for $24.99. You can actually click the link on the TinaRamsayShow.com and actually join that way. Or you can reach out to me as well after this live. And for those of you who want homeschooling, you can go to CoachTinaRamsay.com. And you can also find me at HealTheHoneyPot.com for those of you who are looking for natural wellness products for you and your children, your daughter. We have essential oils, soap, feminine hygiene products. We have education. I teach as well because I am actually a community partner with the Girl Scouts of America, educating and empowering young girls about menstrual health and your female body, being comfortable with your female body and taking care of your emotions, your mind, and bodies all naturally, and stop being ashamed. You can find me there at healthehoneypot.com. That's HEAL, thehoneypot.com. And that is pretty much everything. I have my book right now, getting ready to do a book tour virtual. It's COVID. We're doing virtual. And you can pre-order my book right now. It's $25. That includes the shipping. And you just reach out to me at the Tina Ramsay Show, the number one at gmail.com. That's Tina Ramsay, the Tina Ramsay Show, the number one at gmail.com. And I will go ahead and put that order in, and I will send you a special little message and mail it out to you as a thank you for investing. And this is not just me that's in this book. This book went number one international seller. We have amazing women inside this book from all over the world, including the amazing Tina D. Lewis, which is the bottom line scale up queen. Okay. So she's in here telling about her experience and all the other women of how we were able to snatch our confidence back during a time where most businesses closed. How were we able to do what we do? We're telling you all the little secrets right in this book. So it's a good investment for you. And it's
I
pretty cheap.
love it. I love it. I have to bring you on at a later date so that we can talk about women health, especially to our young girls. So
Mhm.
we're going to get together so that, because I think that is so much needed. And you hit the nail right on the head. It is not about being ashamed. It is not about anything like that. It's about education and making sure, because there were some things growing up that I can recall that there was things that just were not discussed, or if it was talked about, it wasn't to the point to where you felt like you had all of the information. And there's some stuff that's not really taught in school like it was back then. So, I would love to be able to bring you back on um at a later date so that we can really take the time that it deserves to talk about women and female health, and about the natural products that you do offer to help with that.
I would love to do that. And that's a topic. It's a taboo topic, but I make it fun. I make it engaging, and I make it in such a way that you will be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because I suffered for 25 years. And if I had this information that I had 25 years ago, my life would be totally different now. And so my goal is to help girls and women all over the world just to be aware, self-aware of what's going on, what we're using, and how it affects our health, whether it's good or bad, and how we can be an advocate for ourselves in regards to our body. Because our body gives us signals, we just don't pay attention to them. We only pay attention until when we're all the way down. But your body gave you signals way before you got down, but we just didn't pay attention to it. And I tell you my struggle, my journey from going from a woman that had a stroke at 25 years old and was partially paralyzed from the waist down, that led a very healthy life. I always ate healthy, did food, diet, and exercise. So what was it in my life that still allowed me to have a stroke at 25 that left me partially paralyzed from the waist down? Although I did all the textbook things that they say do, food, diet, exercise, but yet I still end up having a stroke in my sleep. How was that possible? And I don't smoke, don't drink. So how was that possible? Well, I go through and explain to you how that happened to me so that you can avoid the same situation that I did. And in hopes for
Love
you
it.
taking control of your life, because it takes you to take control, not me, not the next person. For you have the information to be informed and then take the action. So I give you the motivation to do that, and I open myself up to let you see how it was. But thanks to God, I'm walking and talking, and I have my memory back now. But it was a process. It was a process.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
yes. I heard your testimony a while back, and you have a very powerful testimony. Miss Queen says she had a stroke recently back in August. So
Oh
we are definitely
wow.
glad that you're still here. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. One step into healing is to verbalize it, to let it out. We hold so much in. I don't know why we do that, but we hold it in. So I'm just so happy that you shared that. But it was different things that led to me having a stroke, even though I did everything according to the textbook.
Right.
I mean, in school they tell you food, diet, and exercise will have optimal health, but guess what? That's not true.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah.
simply not true, because if it was, I would not have had a stroke. I mean, literally, I would walk 5 to 10 miles. I would jog 5 to 10 miles. That wasn't the problem. It was something else that I was doing that I had no knowledge of, and most women don't. Most women don't. Most young girls don't, because, like Keever said, we don't have these conversations. We
Mhm.
don't have them, and so she said her speech was affected. Mine too. Actually,
Yes.
my arm was permanently in, but within time it started. I was able to get mobility back, but it was a process. And it started with my mind too. It started with my mind.
Wow.
Yeah. But Keep, you just opened up another box, girl.
Listen, that's why you got to come back. You have to come back, because like I said, and that topic alone is a whole conversation all by itself. So I definitely want to bring you back, because I feel like there are so many people that need to hear your testimony, because like I said, it is extremely powerful, and to see how far God has brought you from where you
Yeah.
were to what you're doing, and it's so funny that certain things happen to certain people. I believe that maybe God allowed you to go through that so that you can be that mouthpiece, you can be that strength and that pillar that so many other people need right now. So we definitely want to have you on. You are truly inspirational. And I just love you, girl. I just love
Love
you.
you too, sis.
No. So again, we are not going to hold you guys long. This has been a wonderful show. Tina, thank you so much for coming on. You guys would definitely be seeing her again. Reach out to her. If you want to be a guest on her podcast, look her up, thetinaramsayshow.com, or you can text the word guest to 803-713-5135, or you can connect with her digital card at tinyurl.com/Coach Tina and the number one. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast, you can definitely reach out to us as well and like and follow us. You can find me at Instagram and Facebook at Keever's Place or hashtag Keever's Place. Our podcast show is also a show where we feature folks with various stories of survival as well, entrepreneurs. Matter of fact, our show that we're going to be having next Thursday, we will be speaking with the beautiful Yolanda Rory with Total Grace Academy. She is a coach. She has a coaching firm and she has a coaching academy. So you definitely want to join us next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to us on all of the major platforms: Anchor, Apple, Google, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you would like to sponsor us, we have sponsorships availability. You can sponsor us for as little as 99 cents, $4.99 per month, and $9.99 per month. So we definitely would appreciate your sponsorship. And you can also advertise on our show as well. So if you have a business or if you're selling a book or whatever, you can definitely sponsor the show or you can do advertisement within the show for a fee. And that will give you extra exposure and publicity as well on the Keever Murdoch show. Let's see. Did we cover everything? Let's see. We have one more comment. Let's see. Miss Queen said it's wonderful to have someone to talk to. We
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
you. We enjoyed you. Awesome. Well,
Thank you
thank
for
you
tuning
again.
in.
And thank you for tuning in. Tina, again, thank you so much. I love you. Hats
Love
off
you
to
too,
you.
sis.
And
And congratulations on your amazing show.
thank you. Thank you so much. It's because of you that I'm here right now, girl, because I've probably been sitting on for another 6 months. But that's a whole nother show. But thank you so much. Thank you all for joining in and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. And come back next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guess what? We're going to do it all over again, right? But until next time, love each other, help each other, and love. Lord, I forgot my little tagline. Help each other, love each other.
Live TV. That's what we got to love.
Girl, yes, live. It is definitely live. But networking builds net worth. So definitely networking builds net worth. So definitely love each other, like each other, help each other, and grow together. But until next Thursday night, I'll see you guys. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you for joining us at Keeper's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. Join us every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and follow us on Facebook at Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show, and on Instagram at Keeper's Place. Be sure to listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.